Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, y'all? It's the Felines Den Podcast, and we are back with another episode.
Yes.
So we are in the den. To my right is our first guest from the No Cap Podcast.
How y'all doing? My name is Dre. Came to sit in with y'all, see what y'all got going on.
Welcome, Dre.
Thank you. I'm pulling things at them again. Hey, look. I'm gonna stand up for the dudes, though. I'm sitting.
Next to Dre, we got my girl, Shell Shaw.
Hey, it's Paris in the den. And hello, beautiful people. It is Vixen, your lady superhero. Yes.
And she put it on y'all with the Clark Kent voice.
That's right.
How y'all ladies and gentlemen doing? Y'all mental health good? What's been going on with y'all?
It's been pretty good. Life's good. Yes. It's almost my new year. Spring is my new year. Yes. When I become anew. So
that's the Earth's new year for real.
Of course it is. Yes. It's warm outside. That means I'm outside.
Alright then. We've been in the house too long. You better get out there.
Okay. Me too. Digging in dirt. Right.
Alright, well, no spectacular stories, nothing exciting, nothing sad. Y'all just been doing y'all thing.
I'm pregnant.
Hey, look, everybody got quiet. Hey, so look, I'm the guest. I ain't know if they knew this already. I'm just over here like, what's what they finna do? Everybody else got quiet.
What a birthday gift your man gave you.
Right, alright.
Like literally, y'all done brought a birthday.
Woo!
Alright, well, let's just get straight into it then.
Oh no.
Or do we need a moment of silence right quick? A moment of silence. Okay. 5 seconds.
Put that in the universe. No. Oh my God.
We need space.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so we're going to jump right into this, y'all. Our first topic is called Our Rights. While quoting power to the people, are we really for the people? Let's get into our rights. So, first question. Do you think your rights as an individual play a major part to our nation?
That's kind of tough.
It's kind of broad question.
Yeah, it is. Like,
my rights.
Overall.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. You have to, if you are really for humanity, think of the collective. And so your rights shouldn't infringe on someone else's. Mm-hmm.
Granted, how things are now is you really got to tread lightly or everything you do is going to infringe because with everything involving us, people, it's going to be different scenarios now. So now I'm out and I feel this way and I feel like you should look at my rights like your rights, but this is new. Right. I don't know this avenue, so I'm going to infringe just off of me not knowing. Ignorance.
Right.
Because it's just...
People are easily offended nowadays, I feel like.
Because of that.
Cancel culture is ridiculous.
It's
and
very
I'm sorry
ridiculous.
I said it. It's ridiculous.
Because there ain't no understanding in it. Because either you got to tread this straight and narrow line that you don't know it's an imaginary line because it's whatever your moral clause says, or yours, or yours, yours, or yours, or yours, or your upbringing ain't gonna be like mine. So your morale cloud ain't gonna be like mine.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
You got different backgrounds. You believe, like, say for instance, you was raised in the country around a whole bunch of white people. You come around black people, you gonna look at them like black people on TV. Like you gonna want to lock your door and stuff because that's what you were brought up around. It's not to say that you're wrong. That's what you were taught. So like I said, you got to really tread light when it comes to that. So I go with it as an individual thing. My individual rights, I feel like they matter and they don't matter. Simply because my rights don't matter in order to keep this country going to a degree. 3/5 of a man, my rights really don't matter. I'm fighting for my rights over the LGBT community. And I'm black before I'm sexual. Right?
That's
I couldn't choose this. Not to say that you can choose your...
That's true.
Not to say that you can choose your sexual preference or orientation, but I have nothing to do with me being black, and I still have to fight 20 times harder than LGBT. If you say anything about them at all, cancel culture is really where that comes in at.
Yes.
Like, because when it comes to race, like, Joe Rogan said nigga how many times, and it wasn't even in that context, though.
Right.
It was just pretty much freedom of speech, but he didn't get canceled. We didn't talk about that, but Nick Cannon said something about the Jews one time.
Exactly.
From his perspective, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yep.
The show is The View. How come she can't have a view? Even if it's wrong, we're here to talk about this. Just like with this podcast.
Exactly.
Everybody's mission is to get their voice pretty much heard, that understood. So,
Absolutely.
with that, I went too long.
I agree with
Jump
you.
into the next question. You guys.
No, I was just going to say I agree with you. Individual rights do matter.
Yeah.
But as a collective, they matter as well. So it's a balance. It has to be balanced.
But I was saying, I didn't say that one over the other. I was
Right.
saying, me personally, I have to worry about my individual rights, because my individual rights will infringe on your rights, because
Right.
you want to be equal to me as a woman. In certain aspects, I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
No woman is equal to a man, and a man is not equal to a woman. I'll never be able to bear a kid. I'll never feel that pain. I'm not equal to you. I'm not built like that.
Trans man.
See, and
But
then
that's a whole nother
exactly.
category.
That's what I'm saying. So that
And then they have their own particular rights that they feel that we supposed to abide by,
Right.
but it's vice versa. With
Right, because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I was born a woman.
And we
I
can't
don't
really
mean to
relate.
disagree and say that you are not a woman because you are a trans woman.
Right.
You know, if you feel like you feel that way, but to let you know, you can't feel like I feel as a woman, born as a woman with the hormones of a woman.
But the
You-
argument is that that's artificially in place now.
No,
they can take the
really.
hormones. That's what they're saying. So what's
At
the
a certain
definition of a
age,
woman? That's what they're saying.
At a certain
At
age,
a certain age and through
they
medication.
can. They can. I
Yes.
agree with that.
Yeah.
But for the first 18 years, because you cannot do it before you're 18.
Right.
For the first 18 years of my life, I was a woman. You know, and if I want to change and become a man at 18, then I understand that. But for the first 18 years of your life, whether you are a man or a woman, you are that.
All I'm saying, I just want one. Bruce Jenner was Woman of the Year.
Oh my goodness.
I'm asking you, as y'all, natural women, not to say that there's anything towards the trans community or nothing like that, but I'm just saying natural women, don't that feel like a slight in the least, because you've had to deal with being a woman from the very beginning awkward stages.
Let me tell you, Bruce Jenner had what, 4 kids?
Exactly.
Or
Before
what?
he
I don't know how
decided.
many
He
kids.
had 2 kids.
He has
2 kids.
No,
Right?
he has 2 sons, 2 daughters.
Yeah, so he has about 4
4.
kids,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So I just don't understand, and no shade to anybody in this community or even to Bruce Jenner. It is what it is. You are who you are. But this man became a transgender at 60-something. How do you have 4 kids? You're married to 2 different women for all these years, and then out of nowhere, you decide you want to be a woman.
And then you get woman of the
And you
year.
get woman of
And then you
I
get
can
woman
understand
of the
if
year.
you had been transgender since you were
A teenager.
Wade's child.
Okay.
If all of your life you have been fighting and feeling like a
Right.
woman and being a woman, and okay, so Dwayne Wade's child, I could understand.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
But
Because
Dwayne
he's-
Wade's child is black.
But my thing is he's always felt that way and
Exactly,
been that way.
exactly.
So I would be more accepting to that child becoming woman of the year because he's been raised as a woman.
True, but
You see what I'm
Bruce
saying?
Jenner was, they gonna argue the fact that he was the pioneer of that, because he was one of the first biggest people to do that.
He.
I mean,
Right.
I don't
He
know.
was. He
I don't know what
was,
to say.
right? But
I
now
don't know
he's
what
a
to say.
she. So what has he done as a she to get him the cover?
I mean, it's privilege.
of
Woman of the
magazine?
year.
I didn't
Woman
agree
of
with
the
it.
year.
I didn't
What has
agree
he
with it.
done
It's
for
white
women's
privilege.
rights?
I feel like
Exactly.
What has he done for women's
It's
rights?
white
My
privilege.
It's
That's what I'm
exactly
saying.
what it is.
Dwayne's Wade daughter.
Right.
She is black. But do we think she'll ever get Woman of the Year? No.
But let's just be real. Even if Dwayne Wade's daughter, got the award, Woman of the Year, or women, whatever, of the year, will we still agree to that? Because at the end of the day, there are not women.
Exactly.
Like,
That's-
real.
But I
That
would
was
be
my
more,
whole point.
I would be more likely to agree with it because he is being raised as a girl.
Yeah.
I mean,
To be
well, I'm
honest,
sorry,
I
the child
wouldn't.
has been raised as
I
a
wouldn't.
girl, so he would better understand. And to me, even more, it would be even more difficult for him or her because he's having to prove that this is what I am.
But you know what? That brings a whole different conundrum because now natural women are starting to have to prove them because trans women are saying that they're better than regular women now.
That's what I was just about to say.
So I'm like,
So now we
what?
have to
That's a movement.
So by
We're
him
better
proving
than-
that he's
No.
a woman, what happened with the real women? Like what's up?
What,
with us?
what made them Woman of the Year? Like, what did they
Yeah.
have to do to become Woman of the Year?
No,
I get that.
I got you, but I want to know this whole trans women are
Man, they be having these little quotes out here saying that this thing don't bleed, none of this is better than the regular.
Really?
It's tighter.
Y'all
It's
got-
all that.
Wow.
They got coochie on crack. Y'all got that diet. I only get it 3 weeks after month. It's just
That's
run
crazy.
all.
Well, then
I
when
mean-
you go through menopause, you can get it anytime.
We gotta wait.
Okay.
That's like wine.
There's no waiting here.
Bury the
There's
grapes.
no waiting here, darling, and it's
Let them
still
sip the
juicy.
gears.
It's still as juicy as
I don't
it
think
was
a lot of people
when it
wait,
came out of the womb.
they
For
still-
menopause, I'm saying you gotta wait for menopause.
Yes.
But look,
Yes.
transsexual, it come ready made, come out the microwave like that. So you can get it whenever you want to as soon as they get it.
Well, I guess for them, it just
That's why I'm
depends.
saying. That's why I'm saying. They saying I'm sorry.
No,
No,
I
go
think
ahead.
it depends on they're talking all this shit. No offense, they talking all this shit, but what man is willing to accept that? That's number one.
But look.
There's a lot
Niggas
of
is out here coming out with it.
You right?
I'm not one of them,
Down low.
but I'm hearing about them. Yeah,
Y'all know I got a lot of gay friends, trans
See?
friends.
Oh,
all
of course,
that,
me
so
too.
But they say there's a lot of women that don't be out there like that.
They
Like they
don't.
be quiet.
Yeah, they have a whole woman at home and they go to be with this trans. I think it's unappropriate to call them transsexuals. I think it's just transgender or trans women. And I'm just trying to
I
respect
wonder
the
what's the
I don't know.
difference.
It's kind of like tranny.
Yeah,
Train.
I knew tranny was a slur. I think.
it's-
Really?
Yeah, like cause that's what niggas just be like, man, I seen this tranny the other day. You know, we didn't know no better back then. They say it like that, so they take offense to it. Like you can't just throw stuff like.
Yeah.
can't
But
say
that's
that.
another thing too. It's like we have to watch what we say, but then they can say what they want.
Whatever
to say.
they can disrespect us, but
But
it's
we
like,
can't.
I remember when we were called fish.
I mean, they
What?
still do call us that.
Fish.
I never heard that explained.
Ooh, I didn't. Ooh, girl, yes. Fish, and yeah, you want this fish? You a fish?
Wow.
But do you know what their term is fish mean?
What? Yeah. What does
Do
that
you
mean?
know?
Yeah, what is
The
fish?
clam-
I know, but do
Is
you
it-
know?
is it
I
clammy
think
coochie?
I do because
It's not.
vagina is supposedly when it's not right smells like fish.
No. So what fish actually means for transgender people is you're biologically a female. So if they say she's fish or ooh you giving fish, that means ooh you giving real woman. It's not a direct.
Well,
I got a
that
question.
is
So-
now.
If
Back when I'm 46.
Okay.
Back when I was coming up, it was a derogatory statement
Right.
towards real women.
So you don't know what to say because everything changing. But I'm
Right.
saying, okay, if you got a term, my mind
I
is
don't
blown
know.
right now. If you got
So
a
that
term like
I
that,
think so. What they've done is the term fish, just like they've done the term nigga.
Yeah,
Nigga
they
used to
endeared
be
it.
a bad term, but
But-
now you see what I'm saying.
but my
That's how
thing
we
is,
greet each other.
if you got a term amongst your community to differentiate between real women and transsexual women, why is there an argument of what's a woman or not when you got a term to differentiate that this is?
Well, first of all, women don't even like to be called fish.
No.
I understand, but I'm
today,
saying
they don't like to be called that. But the transgender community says when we call women that, we're just giving you your praise, your props. But women like, I don't care because that term is
It
a
was
nasty
bad back in the
term.
day.
Right,
Yeah.
and it
Like
came
what?
from a derogatory space.
Right.
Like white people saying
That's
that.
the first
Right.
time I've heard that.
They can say it to each other or whatever
But I
they can
feel
say
like-
to us.
That's what I was just about to say. I feel like with the word nigga.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
we can say it all day, but we don't want other races to say it. So it's like, to each his own.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Now
just
I let
respect everybody.
Mexicans say it now because
Exactly.
they've been going through it.
They call what, tacos?
No, I'm saying I'll
Oh.
let a couple Mexicans say
Sorry.
some nigga
Yeah.
shit. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, even when you call them Spanish, they don't like that. You
Yeah.
know, that's just what they speak.
Yeah, what
Don't
you
call
tell
them
me
that.
about your friend in Mexico? What she tell
Yeah,
you
she-
that day?
Yeah, she just basically be like, you know, don't call me Spanish. That's what I speak. Like, I'm not going around calling you English. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's different countries that speak Spanish,
Right,
so they
right.
don't, you know, Mexican people don't like to be called Puerto Rican,
No.
or you know, so just you know, you gotta.
But
be-
then again,
you
I don't
So
know.
is it Hispanic?
Hispanics are in the United States. I think that's like a slang that they made up.
At
I ain't
some
gonna
point,
even
I'm
call.
just like, hey, everybody.
Well, exactly.
Because,
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying.
Exactly.
I ain't
men,
saying no nothing. I ain't saying no him, no her,
Just
no
ask where you
Mexican,
from.
no
If they say
African American,
from New York,
and African,
I'll be
none of
like,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Dominicans,
You.
you know.
Yeah. So
Because you know, some
You-
people in the LGBT community, not to keep bringing it up, but we are, you know, being educated.
Right.
Some people like to identify as non-binary, and
Yeah.
their pronouns would be
They
they
and
or
them.
it or them.
you can't say
Yeah.
it. You can't say it. You can't
A
say
lot
it.
of jobs are switching to that.
How they
you
gonna
know,
take that?
I work for a call center, and we are practicing that.
Non-binary
We can't
terms.
say ma'am or anything like that. We gotta ask them what their name is, or we can say they.
Look,
They're
Like you at the
switching to
doctor's
that.
office now.
I used
But
to
they're
work.
not changing that whole race thing, are they?
No, they won't.
Not
Which goes back. So goes back to the what she was saying about the white privilege. The reason why the LGBT community is getting shit done is because it's majority run by the white community. Like gay dudes was in here making shit shake. Ain't no black dudes making shit shake except in Low Down Dirty Shame. That's how they putting the black gays out. And then it's just like they just want to take a stand so hard. I'm like, man, the whole I said, man, I ain't even supposed to say that. I'm just
See?
speaking in general. Look, I'm just
Y'all, it's like a
It's hard. You can't even
But-
say wife and stuff like that at the
Well,
call center.
please, I'm a woman.
And I promise, I've y'all know I've incorporated this in our episodes to make sure I say he, she, your spouse, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to do it.
It is hard.
But
That's
it's
how we were
easy
brought
now
up.
because I don't have to.
Yeah, just don't say nothing.
So let's move on. Okay, Paris, you want to do your next segment?
Got hit it. Got hit as hell.
Yes, yes, yes.
So Paris, what you got for us?
So I want to talk about black businesses today because if y'all know me, I love to support my people.
Okay.
Right.
So I guess we all here support black businesses. We all have
Most
businesses, right?
Yes. I do.
Black owned.
Mhm.
Yes.
All right,
Okay,
now.
so here in Nashville, we have a lot of upcoming black entrepreneurs as well as established black owned businesses. My first question I would like to ask is why is it important to support black owned businesses? Why do y'all feel that's something that we should do?
I don't, because y'all know I'm like over everything. I don't feel like it's important to support black owned businesses. I just feel like it's important to support whoever you want to support. You know, we say we don't want to be outcasted, we don't want segregation, but we start doing stuff like this. Support your own. So how do you expect to be treated equally, but you're too focused on black owned businesses or black people, the black community?
Because it's not a level playing field.
But I mean, still though.
Well,
That's-
I am for segregation.
Me
And
too.
that is just the truth of the matter. I believe, like Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
You know, once he looked at it, he realized himself that segregation was
A mistake.
not the right thing to do.
Right.
You know, so that's where I am, because it broke up our communities. It broke up the grandmamas sitting on the porch telling on the next door neighbor when little boys were sneaking in. You see what I'm saying? So to me, segregation is needed. I believe it's important to support black businesses because no one else will. If we don't support ourselves, no one else is going to support us. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So to me, it's important.
So
It's
the
important for us. It's just like supporting your child almost, and I guess that's how I see it. I want my child to grow and develop, and so that I want my people to grow and develop, because if we don't do it, no one else will.
Right.
But the reason why I say what I say is because we have businesses. If I have a client and I take pictures of that client, I tell them you get 3 edits. I edit 3 pictures. They send me back another picture. Hey, can you edit this? I edited it, but I didn't edit it to the best of my ability. But it doesn't look bad because you didn't pay for 4 edits. You paid for 3. I send it back to you, You probably don't like it because it's too dark, or I didn't remove the blemish from your face. You didn't pay for it now, but I'm doing something out of my will or our contract just to do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
You go around, tell everybody, oh, she did a horrible job. I'm never going back to her again. Don't support this black-owned business.
But don't.
Why? But you can go to McDonald's, go through that drive-through, get a McDouble with no pickles, and they put pickles and onions on your hamburger, and you're satisfied with that. And you'll come back again just to support McDonald's when you keep complaining that they're messing up your order.
So what I say to that is to exclude all of that altogether. It wasn't in the contract. These major corporations would have never sent that extra one out because it's not in the contract.
Right.
We, as a black business, got to stop doing favors. We got to make people pay our worth, their worth.
Amen.
I mean, you went to work for this money or whatever else. I'm going to work for that same money too. So I'm not going to give you nothing extra. It didn't say it in our contract. I'm not going to send it. I'm not going to give you nothing to go pass around to say this is my work.
But that's real, but that's not reality. We do
It needs
that.
to be, but it needs to be.
But let's talk about, we do that as
We
black
do.
business. We give you free cookies. We're a restaurant. We give you free cookies. These cookies too hard. They put a review. Oh, I went to McMary's cookie shop. The cookies was burnt. We didn't even have to give you these free cookies, but we did because you have a child and we were just trying to be nice.
So I have to disagree though. Disagree because I feel like black-owned businesses that I have supported have always been great.
Okay.
I've never asked for any favors, and that's just me. Whatever's on the menu is what I'm gonna order. I'm not gonna order no extra shit. I'm not gonna order nothing extra. I'm not gonna ask for nothing extra.
I'm gonna throw a tip.
Right, but exactly. But here's where my problem is, and this is gonna come to my next questions. Do you feel like black-owned businesses lack professionalism? Now, if the black-owned business is gonna lack professionalism, I'm still gonna give them another chance because they could be having a bad day. But that don't mean I'm gonna go around like some black folks and say, you know what, I don't support black businesses because they always have an attitude, blah blah blah. Well, you know what? Some people, and I mean white people too, do not know how to manage a business. But y'all are gonna still support a white business because before a black business, right? Just like all these well-known white establishments that have had racial slurs, black folks still support it. Why? Because it's luxury, right?
Well, I feel like this. There's only one place that has good customer service, and it has filet at the end. Everybody else sucks.
Yeah.
And that's just, and I don't go anywhere else because everybody else sucks. And that's just black, white, Jew, Gentile. Customer service has been put to the side. And I guess one of the things is, you know, people are needed. And so they feel like because they're needed, they can behave anyway. I mean, cursing behind the counter, hearing someone curse behind the counter, you know, where the patron can actually hear them, and that's everywhere you go, even in corporate settings now.
Right.
They're saying, you know, Jill, did you get that goddamn paper I told you to get?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the language that they're using, even in corporate America. Believe me, I've worked there, so I know. And it's just ridiculous.
Funny thing is, not to even say that it's
on supporting black business is like, why not? Why not support black businesses? We need to make that a norm.
Why do you think people support other businesses of other ethnicities, but we continue to support other people like Tommy Hilfiger who have had racial slurs towards blacks?
Well, Tommy, I heard he didn't say that. It was just something that they put out, like how they throw a rumor out and folks just ran with it.
So what was the backstory?
That Tommy had said that either he didn't make that line for black people, because around that time, that's when FUBU got really, really big because of Tommy. Because you remember, all the black people used to wear Tommy Hilfiger everything because I had the socks.
I remember
Aaliyah,
So, exactly. So that's all that was wearing. They were saying that he came out and said that he didn't make the line for black people. That's when black people stopped wearing it. It's only now just starting to come back, but he didn't say it originally.
Yeah.
But even again, still, you got Gucci doing blackface.
Right.
And they still wearing it.
But for me, I don't even think you even have to be verbal to say it. It's just how they move.
Almost definitely. But when they come out and say it, when they come out, like when Gucci did blackface, they came out and verbally disrespected the same rappers, actors that buy this Gucci stuff.
What did they say?
They came they came out with a I think it was
You
a
talking
hoodie.
about the mask thing that they had?
They did blackface.
But I'm saying like verbal wise, what did they say?
I mean, they recanted, but they didn't say anything. But those
yeah.
pictures speak those images speak a 1,000 words in itself. So I mean, they didn't necessarily have to say it, but they showed it.
Yeah.
Can I say something about blackface? And this is the thing. I think we're kind of sensitive when it comes to blackface, and I understand where it comes from. But white chicks, that's whiteface. You see what I'm saying? And we think it's funny, but that's whiteface. Should white America be offended?
Well,
because we're able to do whiteface.
Robert Downey Jr. did blackface
Before.
and got through with it. He slid home base.
Well, because it was wonderful. The movie was awesome.
So it's in taste. It's in
White
taste.
Chick was wonderful too.
I thought the movie was good.
It's in taste. Usually when you see blackface, it's a negative connotation with it.
But white people watch white chicks.
I
And
know.
it's not offensive to them though.
You can't really offend
I mean,
white
they really
people.
look like white chicks.
Yo.
That doesn't mean anything though.
But it's still
it's
white
still
face.
white face. Yes.
Practically
It's
that
white
whole
face.
Why everybody just
was
so
white people,
sensitive?
though.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You
That's
can't
all I'm
do nothing
saying.
in America to land
That's
up
what
for
I'm
free.
But
saying.
that's what I'm
That's
saying
what I'm
as
saying.
well. When you come out with the black face, it has a negative connotation for the most part.
So you're saying that Gucci's blackface was negative?
Because let me interject.
Yes.
The lips, I think if I could remember,
The
it was
whole
like
thing.
huge lips
Yeah.
on the mask thing.
Mhm.
Like, and their eyes were big. It just looked really disgusting. Kind of like a monkey, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, they
this-
used to do that.
They used to do that
when
in
we
the
were
theater.
slaves,
So
and
this
they
is-
was mocking us.
So why would they do that
So
now?
now
Hey,
that
that's
they're
what I'm
doing it
saying.
now,
I'm black. I don't have
offended.
big lips. I don't have big eyes. I don't have a big
Let me see
nose.
if
But blackface was done. The actual face that Gucci did was the way that they painted their faces when they did the theatricals, and that's when they got the chicken and the watermelon. They would have the white people up there paint their faces like that, and they be eating the watermelon out of it just like
Yeah,
this.
they had like
funny.
a whole play back in the day.
It was
when
made to be
slaves.
derogatory
But
to
was it
us.
funny? I'm not trying
No,
to be funny.
no,
It was
it was
funny to them.
It was funny to them, but it wasn't funny. It was derogatory
This is
for
my
us.
thing.
Here's the
back then.
picture. I'm
Can-
going to insert the clip.
Okay, so let me say this. With white chicks, they did all the stereotypical white girl stuff. Hey, Becky! Oh, ooh, yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That wasn't stereotypical of the
Yes,
right.
it is.
Watermelon and stuff. That
And
wasn't
chicken.
stereotypical. That's not white people eat chicken too. They go back in
But-
KFC at the buffet.
That's how they
and I'm
identify
just-
black people.
I'm just
And first of all,
asking.
white
You should-
chick, they were actually mocking those girls on that movie.
They
It
were
wasn't
imitating
personally
white girls.
going against.
What
white
does that black face
people.
look like? Does that
They
look
were
like
acting
either one
like
of us
those
at all?
white girls,
No.
portraying them.
That black with the black face and the red lips. Does that portray any of one of y'all? Y'all talking about y'all
That's
makeup
what
at
they-
first.
that's
Y'all
what
talking about
they-
y'all makeup before we started.
First of
that's
all,
what
we
they
look
think.
good now.
But that's what they think we
With or
look
without
like.
boo. Also, no, it doesn't look like us.
No, it doesn't. But that's what they portray us to be.
No,
And
they
here's
don't
why.
because they want to look like us so bad. They know
Exactly.
that
That
we
was my
don't look
next
like
point.
that.
That
They
was
know
my
we don't
next
look like
point. They
that.
try to
So it's
duplicate it.
derogatory. It's the intent behind it is malicious. When they go out there and they get the collagen in the lips and all this, that, and the third, it's to look like us, not to look like blackface.
So the
So-
cancel culture didn't attack that?
They- my point is,
Cancel culture.
where are you when the black people
Where are
need you?
you? Where are you?
I still wear my
Stop
Gucci
wearing
clothes.
Gucci.
Yeah,
I
you-
wear what I want
I
to
still
wear.
wear my
I mean,
Gucci.
and that's, you know what? And with that being said, ain't nothing wrong with that. But then when you sit back and you wonder why we so far back because they can do whatever they want, we have got to come together.
Exactly.
No. When I say come together, I mean as an absolute. Because when it, like I said, when it comes to the Jews, they are absolutely together.
Yes, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Behind the dollar sign.
Yes.
Because they control where the money goes. Here we are
Keep
being so
talking.
lax because we are taught to be docile in a sense.
Yes.
We are made to believe that we need them. We don't. We have the same. They're copying us, and we don't realize that by saying that, oh, I buy what I want. I buy what I want to buy.
Right.
That's true. That's your prerogative. That's your prerogative.
They're copying
But we
us,
spend the
and yet We're
most.
still at the bottom of the pyramid. That makes sense.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what
Did you just take a jab at me because I said I'm about what I want to buy?
I took a jab at everybody that had that mindset they went. I took a jab at
And I'm
everybody.
like, go back.
Because it's for everybody though. Even for myself, I stopped buying a lot of high end stuff because I'm like, why am I paying all this money to look like this? But what if something happened to my car? You know what I'm saying? Do I got that same money I had on them shoes to go put on that tire that I hit that pothole in Nashville? Because y'all know the road's bad. But anyway, I don't if I keep spending like that. So I don't do that anymore. But the reason why the black owned businesses can't get up is because of that mindset that I'm still going to buy.
Yes.
Save your money. Why don't you put your money in with a black bank? Y'all don't even talk about black banks at all. People don't talk about black banks. Why not?
half of these black folks ain't even got life insurance.
You get what I'm saying? Because I don't.
But see,
But then again, there's a lot of people that don't have life insurance.
I think that goes back to your childhood and your parents. Your parents had to teach that to you because
Yeah,
there's
it's
a lot
all
of
about
things
parents.
that parents. I think we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
that you wish your parents taught you. And I could say for me, my dad and my mom taught me a lot of things like financial breakthrough, credit, all that growing up. So that's why I'm able to be a certain way because I was taught that. But then somebody else could say, well, my parents didn't teach me anything about credit. Hold on. But they put a light bill in my name when I was 7 years old and ran up my credit. So now as an adult, I have to work twice as hard to get my credit where it's supposed to be because of my parents. So I think that, we beating ourselves up too hard. But
Yes.
when you end up knowing that information, apply it and move on.
Absolutely.
I feel what you're saying,
Me
but
too.
at this point in time, you grown. We have everything at our fingertips. Ask questions.
That's why I
We
said
don't.
now.
Yeah. But I'm saying, I understand you accredit that, and you got to work harder. But it's the fact that people don't want to know. But they don't want to know. We didn't have that in the beginning, but now you're at the point to where you can know.
Well, then that's just
true.
them then.
That's
You're being
it, yeah.
closed-minded,
That's
and
on
so
them.
whatever doesn't happen
Right.
for you.
That's the average mindset, though.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And that's because people are
The
in the
only
system.
reason why it might be changing is because
They
of
get
COVID. The way
free
that everybody
this
is
and
out
free
here
that.
getting this stuff
Right.
now, everybody has a business now for the most part.
Yes,
Because of
everybody's
COVID.
buying lashes, selling lashes.
You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Institution.
Insert photo.
Mink lashes for sale. 3D lashes.
Yes.
With the glitter on them.
Right.
Their daughters got businesses now.
Yeah,
I had my boutique business before COVID.
Photo
Black
shoots for
America,
sale.
COVID was
Right.
definitely
Photo shoots for
a
sale.
blessing for
Yeah, so
Black
she was
America.
a photography. She said, give her $25 to do a shoot. I said, oh, wow.
That sound like a drug deal.
Yeah, like
Making me look bad.
COVID was a wake up call for a lot of black people.
You
It
got,
was.
you
That's
got them
true.
pictures. You got them pictures. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
But you know what? I feel like too, I'm glad that it happens in a certain aspect because now it made people have a drive to want to create a business
Right.
and have income coming in. Because now you know. You
Corona
can't just
vision.
have
It gave you
one.
a second to stop because we so used to working every single day, occurring vacation time to sit back. I'm trying to enjoy myself. I'm not trying to research no business. But all that time we had out,
Some
we had
people don't want to do businesses. Like,
But they went back to
But
school.
But can I say
Yeah.
this about black businesses? I have been blessed to work for 2 black
Me
businesses.
too.
I work for Green Care Homes, which is homes for the mentally ill, and it's black owned, friends of mine. And I work for Energy Juice.
That's dope.
You see what I'm saying? Yes, Energy Juice and Yoga, which is the only and first black owned yoga and juice studio in Nashville. Plus, I have my own business
Nashville
as a
coming up.
black woman. And that is what I am seeing more from the women, at least that in my community. Black brothers, y'all got to come on.
But you
and I
know-
know y'all
That's a
out there.
whole
You know,
different
they-
conversation.
But from the women in the community, I have seen it. They are pushing, they are driving, they are being single mothers, but they're still having their business. So I want to honor and give praise to black women right now because you're doing it, babies. And that's that.
And
You're doing
I
it.
want to say, as far as statistics, I had did some research about women black-owned businesses and just black-owned businesses, and they had like 10 cities. And the first city for the highest black-owned business population and women black-owned business was Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Nashville didn't make the cut, but we see that
We
we're coming
see
up.
it. We see
Listen,
it.
there are 2 real estate women that I want to give a shout out to. They are from Atlanta, Georgia, and they have, I think they've raised, I want to say it's maybe 14 million in
Ooh.
revenue from owning black-owned hotels
Oh, wow.
and black-owned bed and breakfasts. That if they are not owned by black folks, they are managed by black folks,
Black
and it's
people keep
all
on
over
pushing.
the world.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely, I say look up. I want to say it's called Epics. Or I'll have to figure it out. It's called the something experience. But if you look up that hashtag, it'll tell you all the black-owned hotels that they own and all the black-owned managed hotels. But yeah, like Vixen said, I've worked for 3. Well, I work for 2 now, but I've worked for 3 black-owned companies. One is EGMC right here in Nashville. It's a black-owned cocktail spa. It's owned by the men that run Slim and Huskies.
There you go,
Okay.
black men.
Yeah,
Yes,
black
Slim
men
and
right there,
Huskies.
and then I work for Guidance Whiskey. Jason, he's amazing.
Yes,
That's a black owned,
yes,
that's a black
yes.
owned businessman right there. And I also work for Twisted Sisters, and that's 4 have started the company, but 2 are running it at the moment, and that's 2 black women right
Awesome.
there.
Beautiful.
You know, this summer you gotta take me because I have
Oh,
no
most
idea
definitely.
where none of those businesses
Yeah,
are.
we'll definitely
Me
go.
neither.
And one thing that when I'm doing these tastings for Guidance Whiskey and Twisted Sisters,
Mhm.
and even working at EGMC, Black Owned Spots, these are black people that come to support these establishments.
Good.
And I want y'all to know that there are so many black people, women and men, that have come up to me and have given me their business cards just
Wow.
to chat and just to talk and give me their input, mentor me, because that's what they want to do.
Awesome.
When they want to put their own people on, and that's how I feel it. That's how I feel it should be. It's a
Yeah.
cycle.
Yeah.
When I get rich one day and I can sit back and be like, you know what, I'm
Yeah.
gonna teach these young kids what I had to learn and what I had
Right.
to go through to get to where I am today, because it's a cycle, and it should be a cycle, because that's what white people are doing.
The cycle is starting to turn around a little bit now, though. We
A
are
little
starting,
bit.
but
a little bit.
but a little bit of motion is better than what we
Yes.
had 10 years ago.
That's
A
true.
steamboat
Yeah.
starts
It's gonna-
slow.
A snowball effect.
I
Yes.
feel
Like
like for me, I
It's just real
love
slow.
networking.
Me
You know,
too.
even I told you when you get your camera, what
We gonna shoot.
we shooting. I mean, I just feel like if you grew up and no one helped you or no one gave you the tools to create your own business, or just in general, if you know that information, you should pass it on.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
what I do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not rich. Sometimes I don't have it. Being an entrepreneur, you be broke. And then you have a breakthrough. And then you back broke again. It's like different seasons. But if I have the knowledge to let someone know, hey, you can do this to greater yourself or benefit your business, then that's what I'll do. Like, why would I want to hold my brother and sister back?
Grabbing the
Exactly.
barrel thing, the whole Willie Lynch letters,
got to
all of that
stop.
stuff. It went
Yeah.
back from
It
that
has to
mind
stop.
stuff. We kind of reprogramming ourselves now to understand what the Willie Lynch letters and all of that stuff were. Because if you think about it, they had the light
How to
the
make
light
a
skin,
slave.
dark skin thing. That dynamic that goes through your genetics. Like, believe it or
Right.
not,
It
because
does.
Just so that people don't know, that is the Willie Lynch is the whole how to make a slave thing.
pretty much how to break them and keep them just brainwashed.
And brainwashed.
Exactly,
yes.
because think the best way to brainwash somebody is to teach it to their mamas and their parents teach it to them.
Absolutely.
And we've been doing it by generation by
Exactly.
generation. So it's hard to kind of shake off. You can't really blame us for not supporting black businesses because it's been indoctrinated in us.
Not to trust each other, not to believe in each other.
Because we all were snitches back in the day. So that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. That everybody always goes into this black on black, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah.
No such thing as black on black crime. Go ahead.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of going to different photographers for different occasions? They just cannot seem to capture all of your photography needs? Well, look no further, because Modish Photography, LLC can. Providing you HD and 4K quality, located in the Nashville, Tennessee area. Don't worry, destination certified. Also selected as Nashville's top 40 under 40 entrepreneurs of 2021. Still not convinced? Scan the QR code. It'll take you straight to the website. Don't forget to take a look and then book.
All right, so we are back from the commercial break. What y'all got for us?
Yes, so it looks like we're going to talk about Water Runs Dry. And here it says, although James Brown stated it's a man's world, but there would be nothing without a woman or a girl. So, do you think as a man, Mr. Dre, or a woman, ladies, you can pull your own weight without a spouse or a significant other?
Yes, I'm doing it right
I'm
Definitely.
now.
doing it right now.
Definitely.
Yes.
But I don't want to.
What you mean? But you don't want?
I
Like,
don't want to do it by myself anymore.
what you mean?
I
What
want a
aspect?
husband. I want someone to be my partner. And we can do it together. I don't want to do it by myself.
Oh, okay. So you saying you want a husband to be a partner? You want a husband to love and all this other stuff? Which,
Oh, that's going to come naturally.
oh, okay. Because some people just get married, So it's a business.
Oh, no.
It's a business
Well,
proposition because they tired of working.
I
am.
To answer,
I'm tired of working too. Hell, if I get who gonna work then?
We both have to work, but I'm just tired of doing it all by myself.
I feel that. I got a roommate myself, so yeah. It's
Well, I feel like this. It is definitely, I'm able to do it. I am. But I think when you have someone to come home to you know, talk about your day, to, you know, release, and not just release, but to love on after a hard day. It just makes everything easier.
Yeah.
You know, so yes, it's possible to pay the bills. Yes, it is. But, you know, no one wants to go home every day and masturbate. She wants to. I mean, honestly. So, I mean, just for real. No, everybody, you know, everybody's not like that. So, yes, I think it's possible to pay the bills. But there's more in a relationship and a marriage than just paying the bills. And that is what I want. You see what I'm saying? I want the other things. I can pay the bills and take care of me and my daughter. But it's the intimacy. It's the
companionship.
It's the companionship. You see what I'm saying? That I want.
Right. I think when the question is asking, like, pull your own weight, I think of, like you said, the bills, the hardships of life is how I'm thinking of it. I'm not thinking of it in, you know, a loving way or a sexual intercourse kind of way, but I think as a woman...
We needed to.
Right. Well, yes, y'all do, but... that's
women too.
Topic. But I just
That's why I said we.
I just think that as a woman myself, I can live on my own. I can provide for my own. I don't need a man to live. That's what I'm getting from the question now. When it comes to intercourse, of course, it does take a man, or, you know, whatever your preference is. That's a whole different story. But to me, pulling my own weight is me being able to hold my own without a man.
And so what I'm saying is I don't want a man just to help me pull the weight.
Right.
And it shouldn't be like
You see what I'm
that.
saying?
It's hard to get ahead in life like that. It's hard to
If we
function.
both have, if he has one end and I have the other, it's going to be light.
Right.
You see what I'm
exactly.
saying?
But that's not the connotation that I've been getting from whatever is going on now. The majority of the women want to be modern women with an old-fashioned dude. Whereas...
But what's wrong with that though? Okay.
And that's vice versa.
What is wrong?
That goes both ways because
with having a man that's paying, you know, bringing the money in, and having a wife at home that's making the plans. We're gonna go here, go on vacations, and taking care of home. What's wrong with that?
You cannot be a modern woman and want an old-fashioned dude. No, you're gonna be an old. That's what I said.
she's an old-fashioned girl.
Yeah, she's really old-fashioned.
Okay, because
She wants to take
But
care
I
of
feel
it.
like that goes both ways, sir. I feel like men want a modern woman, but they want her to be old-fashioned.
You can't
as
have it that
well.
way. You cannot have it that way.
You cannot have a woman that works and want her to be old-fashioned.
You can't
It
do
just
that.
doesn't.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
That's
That's
right.
where everything needs to come straight in the middle. If I see that the trash needs to be taken out or the dishes need to be washed, I shouldn't have to wait for you to get
How
home.
old are you?
36
Hold on,
next
hold on,
week.
hold
You
on.
need to
What
talk
you
to
just
your
say?
46-year-old
Wait,
mother.
let's let him finish. Say that one more time, because I'm about to get on your butt. What you just say?
I don't care what I just said. If you see
I
anything
agree
that
with
needs
what
to
you
be
just
done,
said.
you make it happen.
Take out the trash?
Yeah.
You want a woman to take out
So
the trash?
now this is where I'm coming from.
I agree.
You want to be an old-fashioned woman now. You want to play gender roles, but you want stuff to be cut down the middle.
I'm with
You
you,
can't
brother.
set. You
Okay.
can't set gender roles for me.
I'm
now,
with you, brother.
if I have to take out the trash, what is your responsibility at this
I'm with
point?
you, brother.
As a man, I'm supposed to take trash out. Now, what is your responsibility? I can't tell you, can I?
Wash the dishes.
I can't tell you, can I?
That's
So
my
what,
thing.
that's not
Exactly,
fair.
brother.
That's not fair. If we're gonna be equal, we're gonna be equal all the way around the board. You're not gonna tell me I'm finna take out the
No,
trash.
and I agree.
Or warm your car up in the morning.
Well, let's practice
I'm not
what
gonna
we
tell-
preach now.
I'm not going to tell my man to take
I
out
heard
the trash.
that.
You gonna expect him to know?
I feel like
Because
my
people
current,
taking out trash.
I feel like my current man knows to just take out the trash when it needs to be done. And of course, yes, I will
Exactly.
take out the trash, but I'm not going to tell my man, oh, you need to take out the trash just because you're a man. No, if the trash is full and I'm at home by myself,
I'ma
yes,
take
I'm
it
going to
out.
take it
That's
out.
all that I was
Of
just starting to
course.
say at first.
But I
Let's
also feel
just
like
be
that's
real.
a man's role.
Let's
So-
be real. I'm not even gonna say a real man. Let's just be real. I don't know how everybody was raised on this panel, but by me seeing my mom and dad, my mom never touched the trash. She never pumped her gas. That's why I'm the way I am. I have to take out the trash because I live by myself.
Right.
But
Right.
if someone comes over, or if I'm dating a person and they see my trash is full, they take it out.
Right.
So, with that being said, like I said, so we're projecting gender roles indirectly, right? What is y'all responsibility as a woman?
To make sure you're not stressed.
Mm-hmm.
When
That's
you
my
come
responsibility
home, I'm
for
your
you.
Okay, so
So
what is
wash
my
dishes.
responsibility?
That's
No, that's my role.
Taking care of
But I'm just
home.
saying, So
Make
if we're talking about gender roles, then that would be you take out the trash and I make sure dinner is prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, or dishes.
Make
are
sure the
washed.
To be
kids are
honest, I don't
washed
think-
I cook.
up and taken
I do
care
all of
of.
it.
I don't
Like I
think-
said, this is the way that I feel like it should be. I understand what y'all are saying, but if we come into where you're going to work, I'm going to work. Whatever needs to be done at the house, you see it, you do it. If I
Right.
see it, I do.
But
I don't
they
care if
don't
it's
do
washed.
it.
But it should
I mean,
be.
I
This
get
is the
that.
standard.
Yeah, they
I
don't.
get that.
Exactly.
Y'all men don't. Let me talk my shit right quick, cause this pissing me off. I could be living with a dude. I wash your clothes. I'll pay your. No, I'm just playing. But I wash your clothes. When you get out the shower, you leave your dirty drawers on the floor. You don't pick them up until I tell you to. Then when you finally pick them up, you don't even put them in the dirty clothes hamper. You put them on the side of the dirty clothes hamper.
That's your
and
choice,
the dirty
them
clothes
niggas.
hamper. Right? I'm just speaking in general.
Okay, my bad.
In general.
You
Long time
wanted-
ago.
I thought you
Not
said-
now.
That's still your choice.
And then,
She talking
and
to you,
then
Vincent.
if I cook, the dish is still in the sink.
Like who washing the dishes?
Like who washing the dish? And then
That's your job.
Then-
I took out the trash.
Say his name.
Amen,
Say his
brother.
name, Ocean. Save us all. Say his
I
name,
know.
honey.
James.
Because you drop names.
DeAndre.
Because you drop names,
James.
Ocean.
Jay.
Y'all heard what I'm saying.
And then the children come home. I gotta help them do their homework. What are you doing? And they're watching NSPN or whatever y'all be doing on the
ESPN?
PlayStation.
That's not a household.
Football.
ESPN.
That's not a household.
It don't
Look,
matter. It's just we tired. We tired of doing shit. Help us. Help
That's
us.
all I'm saying.
Choose
I
the
need
right.
help.
Can
But
we
y'all know
listen?
what?
Hold on. Can we listen to what he's saying though? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get it because I've done it and I've been there. I'm
What is he
46.
saying?
I've been there. But if you listen, and this is the big difference that I see, and I was going to ask you this question: the big difference that I see in men that come from my generation and the men. Well, my decade and the younger men that come from your decade, they see more of an equal balance
You know
in
why?
relationships than the generation with me. The generation that I come from, I'm 46. The men feel like the woman should still work, but she still needs to cook, clean, and take care of the kids and pay half the bills. You see what I'm saying? And to me, that is a superwoman. That is not a wife. And so that is the generation that I have grown up with. I see a difference in the younger generation, 30, 38 and younger. They see more of a balance. They don't necessarily see gender roles as
You
he
gotta
does.
be, you gotta be careful.
Yeah,
you
but
gotta be
that's-
careful because the younger ones, they not on it no more. So where I
Right.
come from, my generation, and it's a small gap where we were raised by that single woman. We seen her do every single thing. That woman that did everything taught me to do everything.
Gotcha.
I don't see a gender role no more.
Gotcha.
Because if it needs to be done as a team, motherfuckers can come.
Well, then that
I'm
makes
sorry.
sense why you think that way.
That's
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
you
But
see that single
every
mother.
dude, but it's a very fine line simply
Right.
because dudes have went to the point of being on the other side of the gender roles. Now they're starting to be. My mom took
Stay-at-home
care of
dads.
it exactly
Yes.
because that's what they seen from their mama.
Right.
I
And that's
learned on the
okay,
other
too.
end because my mom worked
Right.
2 and 3 jobs. I promise you, I watched my mama work 2 and 3 jobs and go to school. Me as an adult male today, I still don't understand how she did that. She did that for me. There's no
What's
excuse
your
for
mom's
me.
name?
Cassandra.
We love you, Cassandra. Bless you. We
You did a beautiful job, sweetheart.
Yes.
You did
We
a
honor
beautiful
you.
job. I
Yes.
promise you, the morals and
You
stuff.
did that.
It's just letting me experience the stuff that y'all do that we really don't see. The times y'all go to the job house, y'all cramping like a mug. You know what I'm saying? Like we really don't know how that feel, and just to hear a woman
Say that
explain it
again.
to me, I understand. Y'all heard me. Y'all heard
Don't
me.
know how
But
that
they don't.
feel.
We don't.
Women.
We can never say that we do. But y'all still go to work.
Minstrels.
Y'all still go to
We
work.
have to.
You know, pregnant, you still go to work. You know what I'm saying? I seen all of this from women. You know, I understand what it is. I have a little bit more of a soft spot because I seen my mom do it, make a way out of no way. Like that's it's. We take a lot of this stuff for granted.
So you saying since you seen your mom be that way, you expect to have your girlfriend or your wife be the same way?
I want to
Is
take
what
that
you
burden
want?
completely off of my. But see,
Right.
that's a whole different thing. But I want to
Well,
take that
what do you
because
want?
no. What I want is something just that none of you agree with. But anyway.
Right.
Oh,
so-
wow.
No, it's not even on a polygamy.
No,
nothing
let
like
me
that.
explain.
Well,
I would like
well,
to know.
the first point is, if I was to have a significant other, I'm taking all of that off of her because it's not for her. We're going to go in through life and experiencing everything down the middle.
Together.
Yes, so that means we're going to pay half on everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to figure this out or whatever. And it depends on the money. If you make more money, then you should pay more on the bills or whatever else. But everything around the house is going to be equal.
But let me ask this. Why is there a problem even to this day where people feel like, well, women feel like only a man's supposed to pay the bills? Because for me, I know you're different. You want to be like a stay-at-home mom, which that's fine. But for me, I want to run a business. Like, that's my strive. That's my goal. Not saying I'm better than or less or you're less than. That's not what I'm saying. My thing is, if I want to be that type of woman, I'm cool with paying half of the bills, you know. But some women like to take men for granted in the sense of they supposed to do everything by themselves. And living in 2020, especially on an income, like an average citizen income, it's not going to work.
Oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not. I think what we have to realize too is when we're going into a relationship, and we have not talked about this, that the children become the most important thing.
Absolutely.
You know, and to me, that needs to be talked about and thought about before the children come along, which I know rarely happens.
Too late.
You see what I'm saying? Rarely happens, but just me personally, my opinion, there needs to be a parent at home. I don't care if it's the husband or the wife.
That's
Whomever can make the better living should work, man or woman. I did it. I took care of my kids. I worked. My husband went to school because I was able to do that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
See,
and so I feel like it should be done. Whomever makes the better living, they go out, they work, man or woman, and someone should be home when those kids get home.
But that's an ideal situation. A lot of situations aren't like that because people aren't able to make a salary of that, because it's hard for me. I make good money now, like really good money, and it still would be hard for me right now to survive by myself. I have a roommate. We split everything down the middle, like except for groceries because I'm vegan.
But what I think is we don't talk about the financial issues before. Like, say for instance, the person who stays home could always work part-time. You see what I'm saying? Now,
like you can do an at-home job or whatever else.
Right.
That's cool. I mean, just some stream of, and some type of help that comes in a financial way, because the majority of the relationships break up over finances.
Right.
So, but that's what I want to lead into, going right before you was even saying, before the kids, before even that, I think people really need to start getting themselves together.
Amen.
This bored culture is something fierce. It's bored. I'm bored. I need somebody to go out with. No, fix yourself first. Like, and when I say fix yourself, it's not like, oh yeah, blah, blah. No, see what makes you tick, what makes you pissed off, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. If you don't know that, and you get into it with somebody, you can't communicate that to nobody else.
Right.
So they'll be pissing you off.
Right.
And you don't understand what's going on.
Say that again. Say what you just
I don't know. I freestyled it.
Well, I'll say this.
That was some good stuff.
And I have kids that are like 23, 24, 25. And I always give props and honor where it's due. And I do see them, not like I had kids at 21. You see what I'm saying? But my sons and my daughter, they're getting to know themselves and their significant other before kids even are in the picture. They're enjoying their lives. You see what I'm saying? Which is something that not regretting my babies, because I love them. They are the reason I am who I am. Right. But to see that they are doing that. You see what I'm saying? Getting to know themselves and then taking time out to get to know their significant other before they get into relationships. You know, building their own financial stability before they bring the two together. I'm seeing that out of them. So, and I see that out of not just my kids, but like this 23, 24, 25. I'm seeing it. That's what I'm seeing.
My bad. Because the whole general mindset is reckless. These people are on drugs out here. They on drugs. That's what they do to cope. They don't deal with themselves.
I work with juveniles. I do work with juveniles. Well, I did.
Are you starting to see the trend with them? It's a little. So you think about it. These are the crack babies. The 80s. You know what I'm saying? The 80s is the crack babies that was raised up by the crack babies. Listen what I'm saying. We the crack babies. We were raised by crackheads.
Yes.
We are raising kids, and these are the kids that's coming up now. They don't know no better.
I see what you're
Because
saying.
of you all.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Okay.
That makes sense.
Like, but for real though, is that's why the generations changed so drastically.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then another thing was the mass incarceration, which Bill Clinton perpetuated as well. Everybody think Bill was the dude. He wasn't. He helped put a whole bunch of black people in jail.
A whole bunch of black people helped themselves get put in jail.
True. No. They criminalized a lot of stuff like weed that's legal now. The majority of these people went to jail over drug. Well, crack too, but cocaine didn't get as much time. These people like Big Meech, he's still in there for crack, cocaine, all that stuff. Whereas Jordan Belfort, these dudes from Wolf of Wall Street, they got all these Quaaludes, all these drugs. They back out making.
Sit back and check out the incarceration, not just the statistics on the crimes that are committed. Yes, I do believe, and I do know that crack sent a lot of people to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But we do rob, steal, carjack,
sure do.
murder.
But you know what? Who else do it? White people do. You think about a trailer park. They all with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but we don't.
They do serial
But
killers.
they don't. That's what I'm saying. Like, we highlight the black on black everything. If you're in a predominantly white neighborhood, who do serial killers kill?
Let me say this. When I first moved to Nashville, well, before I did, I was in a hotel room. I'm sorry, Vinny.
No problem.
I told you this.
Yeah.
So I've never heard about a serial killer until I moved here. Of course, I've seen it on Lifetime. But I'm saying literally, like, all the states that I've lived in, I've never saw on the news, oh, a serial killer has killed 3 people. I've never seen that. When I was here, I turned on the news. I was in a hotel room, Embassy Suites downtown. I think that was downtown on Germantown. It was like 3 serial killers on the loose.
Yeah.
I called my mom. I said, do you think I should move here? Because I ain't never heard of, like, I just don't see it.
Right.
And that's all I want to say, y'all.
That's true.
But the serial killers are predominantly white, and they're used to killing white people.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in a predominantly whatever neighborhood, there Mexicans kill Mexicans. But
Exactly. So there's no such thing. And my thing is, there's no such thing as black on black crime.
Right.
Well, let me just say this. My mom is from a small town outside of Pittsburgh called Uniontown, Pennsylvania. And I really want to speak heavily on this because it's like a war zone there right now. Let me tell you, my brother is married to someone who has lost 2 kids in 1 year in that same town. And I'm talking about it's black on black crime. These kids have no structure. They don't have anything to do. The school system sucks. So I feel like it all revolves around that as well. Guns are fucking free now.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let you finish. But can we change the narrative from black on black crime
No.
community crime?
No.
Because white on white crime happens just as much.
Just
And we
as
put
much.
community,
Advertise
and
as
so
much
let's
as
say
black
community crime.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
yes, community crime.
Right.
But why I speak on black crime is because these people are my people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say black on black crime because I'm black. I'm not in no community. I grew up in a community where it was white and black. So me saying community crime is white, black, Mexican, whatever.
But you know what? The
skin color
thing
you
that they
are.
do with that, when we say black on black, they make it seem like it's okay for the police to kill us because we do it anyway.
Exactly.
So we gotta stop
But
putting that black on black
okay,
on
well,
us.
this is another topic. But most policemen that kill black folk is white. So that is to me not black on black crime.
No. What I'm saying, they say that it's okay to kill black people because black people already killed each other. We don't care about each other anyway.
But,
so when we put
okay,
that black on black
but let me tell you
crime
something.
ideal out,
that it plays a part in black on black crime, yes, but it has nothing to do with us at the same time because let me tell you, black on black crime is mostly gang violence.
Exactly.
It's somebody going on Facebook saying, oh, I don't like this nigga, I don't like this nigga, he shot up my house, so I'm finna go shoot up his house, and then there it's just a cycle. It's a never ending cycle. When I was with my brother's wife's son that just passed away right before my birthday this year, I was with him in Orlando, somewhere he's never been outside of Uniontown. Ain't never been nowhere. Him and his brothers, all they did in Orlando, a beautiful place they have never been, was sit inside their hotel room, smoke weed, something my mother paid for out of her pocket, had the shit trashed, and all they did was beef on Facebook. And my boyfriend went in there, I went in there, and all they were talking about was, we can't wait till we go back home so we can kill the ops.
See? That's crazy.
But that's their mentality, and that's what's sad. In my black community, not my community, my black community.
Right.
That
Let's
is sad.
not sugarcoat it.
No.
It's black on black crime.
It is.
I mean,
Period. You know what I'm
And it
saying?
needs to stop.
And I know it triggered a lot of people, but like this is our community. We black people.
But you're
and if
missing
we
the
use
point.
that black on black
Exactly.
You're missing
that's
the
gonna
point.
make them
You're changing the narrative to black on black. I understand. It's white on white crime. It's black on black
Us
crime.
changing
But
that
fuck
narrative.
white on white crime because I'm not white.
But you're.
But that's not gonna
that's the same
change
thing with the
policemen
transsexual
starting
thing. You're
in our
excluding.
community.
You're excluding.
Yes.
I understand that.
That's
We need
us.
to stop. We need to stop killing ourselves. That's true.
But change
I'm
the
saying,
name.
but no, I'm not done. It's
Like black
crime.
on black?
But black on black crime is.
But we're just
Putting
focusing
us in
on
the-
black people, though.
So that's just like going to say Black Lives Matter only pertains to black people. Everybody
It
else's life don't
does.
matter. Okay, but it's you're
No, I'm not
That's
saying
what I'm
like that.
saying.
Right.
That's how they take black on black crime. They take it out and they do it this way to make it okay. Everybody kills everybody. If you're in that neighborhood,
Crime is crime.
yeah. So
Absolutely,
what I'm saying,
of
I
course.
understand everything that y'all saying about this, but we have got to stop putting it out of that box. It's not just. It's like we only kill each other. It's
I mean,
not
we
like
all
that.
know
But
it's
it's
not
not
just
like
black
that.
on black
But when you say black on black crime, it makes it look like we're the only ones killing each other.
Right.
Nobody else
That's
does
their
it.
narrative.
But that's how they use it.
Because you don't ever hear, oh, white on white crime is just at its highest.
He's a serial
Or
killer.
Hispanic crime is at its highest. You
He's not a
never
terrorist.
hear that. You hear there was a killing in the Hispanic community, or there was a
Yep.
killing in this community of Brentwood. You don't hear, oh, it was another, but you hear it's another black on black crime.
Yep.
Because
I've never heard that, though, on the
I've
news.
never
I've
heard
never
that.
heard them say black
I've heard-
on black crime.
They used
Please,
to.
Here's the thing.
Give me a
Here's the
footage on
thing.
that.
Well, you
It's
come
not
to Memphis,
politically
they
correct
gonna
no more.
say it there all the
Here's the
time.
thing.
Exactly.
It's not.
News Channel 13. Hey, Barbara.
To me, it's not about the media. To me, it's just about me speaking to my people and telling my people, stop killing each other. We have always, like I said, every fucking episode, sorry, excuse my language, but this really is a
Girl, you
touchy
get
subject for
passionate.
me. But it's
I love
like,
it.
we have always been at the bottom. So it's like, why can't we just come together as one, as other races and ethnicities do? Why do we have to be against each other? Because everybody is already against black people. So yes, I understand it does start with a community. I agree 100%. But when I say black on black crime, I'm speaking to my people.
Yeah.
Not
Can
to
I
the
answer the
community as a
question?
I
whole.
get what you're saying.
And can I answer the question why? Because no other community was bred to hate each other more than we were. It started 400 years ago.
We were taught
and it
to hate
has
each
been
other.
Right.
bred
Bucks.
into us.
Big black bucks.
You see what I'm saying?
But
So-
just like y'all said, when you become a certain age and become adult, that mentality has to change.
It has
I can't
to.
go back to
Absolutely.
slavery
Right.
days. Well, I was treated like a slave, or I was treated like this, so now I'm gonna be this way.
But
No,
it's like
it doesn't work like
post-traumatic
that.
stress is
Right. It
real.
is. But at this
That is a
point,
real
But
thing.
how long are we gonna do this?
Right.
How long?
Why we gotta
Exactly.
keep
How
on
long?
making
But you know what?
excuses?
It's not. It's
It's not an
No, it's not.
excuse.
Because think about it. It's still a scar that's left on this country that the whole country envelops this idea. It's not just us. Everybody puts us in that same box, even with the black on black crime or whatever. Like nobody else does it. The media puts a magnifying glass on everything we do. And we sensationalize that with them. We got to stop doing it. As soon as we get that scar off the end of the country, as soon as we do that, then everybody else will stop treating us as such.
But we're not. Well, I'm not even.
I don't feel like it's
about
about them. It's about the people that's actually living in that situation. People in Chicago, from Illinois, they're
yes.
living there. They have to.
Yes.
They
Who did
got to
that to
go
them?
in the house at a certain time because they got these people out here just acting crazy.
Who did that to them?
Who gave them government assistance?
No, not even
No,
that.
it's not
you know,
that. It's
you was
not
talking about the
who did
rappers.
that
You was
to
talking
them.
about the rappers.
It's not about who did that to
it's
them.
not. Because think about it. Look at Memphis. Memphis used to be booming, okay? But I don't know when Memphis became underdeveloped like it is, because I used to live in Memphis when it was booming. I remember Libertyland, going to the zoo. Memphis was up and coming. But
Too much
if
of
you
that shit.
look
I'm
at
sick
it,
of it.
if you look at it, Memphis became mostly black neighborhoods. And when black people, and I hate to say this, but when black people started moving there, you see the city became ran down. And
Why?
why is that though?
Exactly.
Why
Answer
is
that
that?
question. Why?
I
Yet
think
had-
blacks was
Funding.
always there.
They were
They
always
were
there.
always
They
the
were always
crimes
there.
that started happening.
But I'm talking
Yes,
about
and
the
they pulled their
suburbs.
businesses out.
I'm talking about the
guns
suburbs
and
of
drugs.
Memphis, Bartlett, Cordova,
that's where I'm
Germantown.
from.
I can name more.
But when crime happens in the edge of your neighborhood is eventually going to leak into your
But
neighborhood,
who
and
were
you're going
those
to
Yes.
people causing the crime though?
Everybody.
It's been majority, but it's been majority black people at first. Even when you said it was booming at first, anyway, it wasn't like that at first. And then it's like, so why can you say black on black crime now? And then beforehand, when it was just regular crime, it was just regular crime. There was black people there killing each other then. When
I
it was
feel like
booming.
it's been that way.
White people
It has.
I mean, I used to live in Long Beach,
They just don't
California.
put it on the media.
There was
They don't
gangs
broadcast
everywhere.
Caucasian people more than they do black people.
But
They've been killing people since the beginning of time. Black
Absolutely.
people did not create crime. We do not kill people more than other races.
Of
Any
course.
other races.
Right.
We are broadcasted more than any other
Exactly.
races because it was instilled for us to hate ourselves, and they still want everyone to hate us because they know as a race we are the greatest race if we do
that's why they mark us.
and come together. Yeah.
But
Am
even
I-
with that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, John.
I was just saying with that, you was talking about the rappers earlier.
I was.
Yeah, you said something about with the violence, whatever. Anyway, but
Oh, she was explaining what was going on in her family.
Where
Oh,
her
what
mom
happened?
lived.
But anyway, like these white music labels, they've been running these since the inception of it. They get to put out what's right. I mean, what's coming out to the community as far as music. So all this drill music that's coming out, they okayed that.
And the image.
Exactly. So when back in the day, you think about when it first came out, Public Enemy, they talking about fight the power. Eventually, they faded that out. So what the kids is doing now.
NWA.
Exactly, but NWA was still also a movement. It made us violent. They switched that over to the black on black thing again.
Mm-hmm.
They threw that out there. Then we started really killing each other. We was really killing each other because of these people okaying this music. So now these kids is listening to that, but they always make it like that, and then we have to turn around and look at each other like you did this to me. But it's not. They're doing that. We gotta stop looking at each other like you did. You the ops. You not the ops.
Right.
I understand what you're saying, but it's still not black on black crime. It's still crime because everybody do the same shit everywhere else. If fucking Lawrence don't like James, don't like Kevin, he gonna come over there and slap the shit out of him. I seen a video of these two neighbors across the street arguing about something or whatever else. This dude came at his house and shot this motherfucker. Shot this guy. Shot this guy and then went back in the house and called the police.
Right.
That's
Like,
crazy.
that's white on white crime. They do that all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, of
They do.
course. That's a lot.
But we don't hear white on white crime. They don't sensationalize
I hear
that
all
like
that
they do with
stuff
us.
on the news.
Right.
Killings.
Right.
Husband just killed his whole family. Things like that. I hear that all the
And
time
then they
with white
quick to
people.
say with white America, it's mental illness. It is
Absolutely.
something, this
like when they be
person,
shooting up all the elementary schools, it's
this
mental
is
illness.
mental illness.
So you tell me you done shot up K through 6th grade.
But
and it's
they
mental
don't,
illness?
but they can say on
But if you do it
paper
with your life.
that poverty and abuse causes mental illness, but when a poverty-stricken male who has been abused kills someone, they don't call it mental illness.
Oops, y'all still in the den? Well, thanks for tuning in. Don't worry, part 2 coming soon. Click that notification bell up top so you will be notified when we drop part 2. We want to give a shout out to our first guest, Dre of the No Cap Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like this video. Y'all, we just need y'all support. We just asking for likes. Can you do that? Tune in. We'll see y'all soon.